you all for the holistic lifestyle. The part of holistic lifestyle, we'll try to understand about the fasting and its benefits. So wonderful is wonderful technology, we can say, the ancient technology, we can say. So, but it has got many benefits for a physical well-being as well, for the spiritual growth, for the best spiritual practices. The most essential thing I can say, that's called fasting. The fasting is, what is the meaning of fasting? Upavas. It means, so what you have to do is, you're not going to take any intake of the food. You're going to stop, and in the place of that, you can take liquids, or you may not take liquids also. So, and then you maintain the physical body for a day or a two, or maybe more number of days, just basing on the liquids, you can survive. So that is the kind of lifestyle which is called fasting. Fasting means you are taking away all the solid food, and then you are giving the liquid food. Otherwise, you may not give the liquid food also. If it is one day or so, just you can do the air fasting or a water fasting also. So if you do like that, so that's called fasting. So in the Sanskrit word upavas, okay, upavas means like you reduce whatever you are taking, the day, every day you are taking, just reduce it. That's called upavas, friends. Now, so this is most essential practice of our ancient India. If you observe it, if you notice it, our ancient rishis and masters, so they have been consistently practicing it. They also made it as a part of the culture, Indian culture, or Hindu way of philosophy. It became a part of the Hindu culture. So that's why many times, in the many of the families, so because of our ancestors are still, they pursue this practice. They say that, so on the Ekadasi day, that is in a monthly once on the Ekadasi day, definitely they follow this practice. This is called fasting, pavas. Definitely they'll do, my dear friends. So such is the prominence of this fasting. Okay, but one thing you need to understand. So same thing, the same fasting. So the importance and the benefits of this fasting has been advocated by the foreign country. One of the German scientists in the recent times in 2016, he got a Nobel Prize by finding what. So, and also they named it as the fasting itself is renamed, and it is named as a autophagy. So you can read the book, and even you can search in the internet. Autophagy, Autophagy, autophagy. What is the meaning of it? Auto means automatically. Phagy means it eats its own cells. Okay, so it eats its own dead cells. So when you undergo the fasting, it means what? Whenever you are in the fasting, you are not giving any intake of the food. No solid food is given to the physical body. Then obviously what it has to do, it needs the energy. It needs on continuous basis, the glucose levels, the glucose energy must be present in the blood. Then only the glucose energy supplied to all the physical organs, the physical organs starts working. So that is the fundamental requirement. But what happened is, you're not giving any food, so there is no question of generating any glucose. Then where from the energy comes? Then what the digestion does, that means all the microbacteria, what it does is, whatever the cells, the dead cells which are already present, cancerous cells, for example, all the cancerous cells will be eaten, will be digested, and that will be that the energy comes out of that will be utilized in order to run all the organs of the physical body. It means that during the fasting, all the cancerous cells, even cancerous cells, will be eaten by your own body. By your own body will consume that. So this is called autophagy process. Autophagy process is found by one scientist, for which the Nobel Prize is given in 2016. My dear friends, here we need to understand one thing. Our ancestors, our rishis, and all the great saints, they have invented this fasting so thousands and thousands of years ago, long ago, right? So it is made as a cultural practice for us. So it means we have to give how many Nobel Prizes for our saints, for so many such kind of practices. Abhyanga Snana, enema, Ayurveda, right? Whatnot. Everything are great things are given to us. How many Nobel Prize should be given to our own spiritual scientists, basically, right? So it's an innumerable thing, right? So that's why always Sanatana Dharma is great. Always East is the best. Okay. So all East practices are great practices. Okay. So let's follow them and so secure our health, preserve our health, live happily. No, live happily always, my dear friends. Now, through presentation, I will try to present you. I will try to present you some of the facts of this fasting. Let's see. Now, fasting is one of the detoxification procedure. Langanam parama aushidam. Fasting is the best medicine. This is the thing you need to understand, my dear friends. So now, according to experts, eating right, fasting regularly, eating right food, eating right times, and fasting regularly is the best medicine out of all the medicines. Whatever the medicine it may be, allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, whatever, right? So out of all that, this is the best medicine, my dear friends. So eating right food, right times, and fasting regularly. Regularly means definitely the weekly once is must. The fasting is must. You must give the rest for your all the digestive organs. Then they'll be rejuvenated. Right. So if you follow the rules of fasting and diet properly, okay, then your health will be always right. Now, what is the natural order, right? Let's understand. So 1 week fast can be done only on non-food, that is water-based, fresh lemonade. So lemonade, so you can take fresh lemon water and buttermilk. You can take water, honey mixing. You can take fruit juice, sugarcane milk. With all these things, you can definitely fast. 1 day, once in a week. Let's say once in a week. With these things, definitely you can do the fasting, my dear friends. So you have to do it. I mean, you must do it without fail. You must do that. Okay. So that's a basic and the primary requirement. The mandate it is mandatory, my dear friends. Now, so let's understand other thing. So the whatever you drink, these liquids on the day of fasting, 1 day in a week, whichever the day you allocate, wherever you have no disturbance much in the weekends or whatever. So right, so you don't need to whatever you eat in the weekdays. So it doesn't mean that you have to eat the non-vegetarian. Is of course the against the nature. Anyway, eating all other foods. Maybe sometimes you eat processed foods because of unavailability of the natural food, the normal home food. So even then, whatever you eat, whatever you do, throughout the week, 1 day you give a break. Okay. So that particular day, your all the digestive organs, the excretion system, everything it will clean everything inside and it keeps rejuvenated, it keeps fresh for the next day when you start eating again. So friends, so this is what you need to do. Now, during the fasting, of course, the hunger should not be harshly tolerated. So you are in the fasting, right? You have no practice of fasting earlier, isn't it? So that case, what happened? You will be having lot of hunger, highest hunger. That time should not be suppressed or should not be tolerated so much. What you should do, you can take again some water, so lemon water or this water with honey, so that you get the immediate glucose. It gets into the blood. So all this will happen so that you get some energy again. So in order to do any other minimum walks on the day of fasting. Friends, the important thing is Ekadasi, as I already mentioned to you, if you fast on the Ekadasi, your system is designed to digest all the undigested substances which are existing already, they'll be done and relax your body and intestines also. Your large intestines and small intestines both will be relaxed on the day of fasting. In our country, this has been practiced. Scientifically, fasting gives the space to the digestion. So it gives a lot of space for the digestion if you keep fasting regularly. Fasting is a method of purification which removes accumulated waste and material from the wrong eating and wrong living. Whatever we keep eating wrongly, we keep living wrongly, wrong lifestyle, because of that lot of wastage produces in the physical body. All that wastage will be removed and it will be cleansed on the day of fasting. The fasting even 1 day in 10 to 15 days is very beneficial to the digestive organs and which are rested. And also the nature accelerates the detoxification process of the body. Whenever during the day of fasting, what will happen? There is no digestion work. If there is no digestion work, what work will be taken up by the body? Your excretion work, your cleansing work, that will be taken up by the body, because you have no digestion work now today. And also, friends, some more points we'll see, some more understanding, deep understanding will take about fasting now. So with intermittent fasting, so what is intermittent fasting? I explained in the previous classes. The intermittent fasting is one day before at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you must stop eating. And after that, before going to bed, maybe 9:30, 10, you are going to the bed, take the lukewarm water, one glass of water, and then go to the bed. So with that, you finished your night regime. Then go to the next day morning. Next day morning, you woke up at 5 o'clock. Then probably you have to, of course, as we discussed earlier in the drinking water, that point of time, 2 glasses of water, that is 300 ml. So that also, lukewarm water is best for the any obesity people or other people also. Maybe it's good, helpful also. But otherwise, normal water you can take 2 glasses of water, that equals to be 300 ml. So after taking that, flush out all your all the wastage. So that means stools has to be passed. And after that, you can do the physical exercises, yogasanas, and then pranayama, then meditation. So like this, you can start doing it, my dear friends. Or otherwise, go into the meditation. Later on, you can do the physical asanas and little bit. Otherwise, no asanas, then you can go for walking, regular walking. That's also very good, right? It will be help. It will help. It will be much helpful. Now, what happens? After you have taken 2 glasses of water, you are not going to eat any kind of breakfast till, so let's say till 9 o'clock. Or so if you are able to do that, approximately 12-hour to 13-hour gap will come, my dear friends. If you take at 7 o'clock, so early before day, 7 o'clock is your dinner time. Then next day, if you are taking any breakfast also you can do considerably. If you are an unhealthy person, you should take a different breakfast. If you are a healthy person, you should take a different breakfast. Okay, so that will try to tell you what exactly can be done. Now, so you are taking the next day breakfast at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock. That is 13 hours gap or a 15 hours gap. If you do with this, what will happen? So friends, so with all this called intermittent fasting. It's called intermittent fasting. It's a highly beneficial. So everyone can do every day. It's not a problem, right? So of course, diabetic patients or such kind of patients can just observe themselves. If their energy levels are supporting, just go ahead with that. Otherwise, try to reduce the gap. Need not to go to the 9 o'clock, maybe 12 hours gap, 10 hours gap also, with which small amount of food you can consume. Likewise, can do, my dear friends. So which will be much helpful. So this fasting must be continued every day. Okay. Otherwise, Ekadasi one day you can practice, or weekly one day you can practice. So it all depends upon your own body system. What your body is telling. Your body has got a lot of wastage, and you are getting sick, and often you are getting sick, and otherwise often you are getting a digestion problems or the gastric problem, acidity problem. If these things are happening, the indication is your stomach is not good. Inside your stomach, you feel that my stomach is okay, I get stools properly, all this you say. But you take up the enema, then you'll understand how much wastage is there within you. So do the enema, then you will come to know how much wastage is there within your physical body always. Okay, so that's how, friends. So always take up this intermittent fasting. Also, the other way of fasting. So this will, what they do is, in this intermittent fasting, especially, this a lot of benefits. It will reduce the weight loss, and it will try to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, and it also reduce the risk of heart disease or cancer. It can also help you to live longer. So it's the most highest beneficiary of the intermittent fasting, my dear friends. And also, dinner you should finish by 7 to 8 o'clock, as I said already. So at the same time, so if you are able to do in the morning time, instead of giving the liquids, if you are able to not to take liquids and just you want to live on the air fasting, of course you are welcome to do that if your body supports, right? So initially 3 hours gap, the fasting gap on the intermittent fasting, 3 hours gap, gradually you can increase the gap of 6 hours. That means if you woke up at 5 o'clock or whatever, so the 6 hour gap means it comes to 11 o'clock, my dear friends. Like that also you can do. So some of the people can practice this, not a problem. And so this is what you need to do. So make practice of this intermittent fasting. Is a new mantra for weight loss today. So nowadays it's a very, very good mantra. It's a new mantra, I can say. It's working, very much working, intermittent fasting for any weight loss people. So eat when you are hungry. This is a mantra on the earth planet. So eat when you are hungry, you eat. All the elders above 25 years. So whenever you are hungry, it's better to eat. Otherwise, if you are not able to find the hunger, maybe every time, morning, afternoon, evening, so little by little, you can eat. It's not a problem. For the child, they eat quite often times. Yes, 6 times, 5 times they eat. So every time, small quantity they eat, because they are growing people. So they all the system of the physical body is getting built. Okay, that point of time they need more proteins, more nutrients. So then they have to eat maybe little more often than the adult person. Okay, so always, so that's what, always eat until your hunger is satisfied, friends. So all of us, what we need to do, we need to be aware of that, the fact that we must eat till our hunger is satisfied. And also, what you need to do is, if you take your own stomach, in that 50% you should fill with the physical body. That is, you should fill with the food, the solid food, and the other 25% you must left for the water. The other 25% you must left completely open, my dear friends. That's how we need to make a practice of your eating. Okay. Now the benefits of fasting. Of course, the great benefits are there, the fasting benefits. What not? It's a highly beneficial. A Nobel Prize is given for finding out what is fasting means. You can understand the importance of the fasting. If at all you are not doing by now, or in the recent past, or you have no practice of fasting, please start. Please start without fail. You don't need to go to any doctor. You don't need to go to any medicine, maybe any kind of medicine, whatever it may be. You are not going to do at all. So all your energy levels will get back to you if you do the fasting. Then you don't need anybody's help also, or any matter. Okay. Now the spiritual purification, self-discipline, gratitude and compassion, right? Physical health, well-being, weight loss and improved metabolism. So better blood sugar control will also come. A boosted immune system will come. Improved sleep, lowers the blood pressure. These are the great benefits of fasting, my friends. So all these benefits are possible very much for everybody who is undergoing the fasting. So this is what the holistic life